Imagine maintaining a beautiful garden and still having immaculately clean hands. Sounds impossible, doesn't it? Picture this: a pair of hands, picture perfect and unscathed, gently lifting a radiant flower from the earth. All around the grit and grime of gardening, yet these hands remain untouched. The question that pops into mind is, how is this possible amidst the mud and muck of gardening? Intriguing, isn't it? Now how about we reveal the secret behind these perfect hands? Gardening gloves aren't just about keeping your hands clean. They are about making your gardening work more comfortable and efficient. Let's dive into the world of gardening gloves, where there's a glove designed for each task you engage in your garden. Firstly, we have the leather gardening gloves, the perfect partner for any heavy-duty garden job. They offer unmatched durability, shielding your hands from thorns, sharp tools, and hard stones. Imagine you're working with roses or blackberries, or even removing that stubborn shrub. Your hands remain protected and the gardening experience is all the more enjoyable. Then, we have the rubber gloves, a gardener's best friend when dealing with wet soil or water-based tasks. Their water-resistant nature ensures you can dive into those muddy tasks without a second thought. Planting bulbs in the rain or watering your lovely tomatoes? Rubber gloves have got you covered. Moving on to cloth gloves, the lightweight champions of the gardening glove world. They offer flexibility like no other, perfect for those delicate tasks that require a gentle touch. Be it sowing seeds or transplanting seedlings, cloth gloves provide the sensitivity you need while keeping your hands clean and comfortable. But that's not all. There are gloves with special features tailored to specific needs. For those colder months, gloves with thermal lining ensure your hands stay warm while you tend to your winter garden. And for those who need a little extra grip or protection, there are gloves with reinforced palms or fingertips. Each glove type is a testament to the thought and care that goes into making gardening a pleasant and rewarding activity. From the material choice to the design features, each aspect serves a purpose, making your gardening tasks easier and more efficient. So whether you're pruning roses or digging in the soil, there's a glove just for you. Gardening gloves are not just accessories, but essential tools that enhance your gardening experience while offering you the protection you need. So next time you step into your garden, remember there's a glove for every task. But don't just take our word for it. Hear what these satisfied gardeners have to say. First, we have Emily, a weekend gardener who loves to grow her own herbs and vegetables. She says, "With my leather gardening gloves, I can spend hours tending to my plants without worrying about blisters or scratches. They're durable and comfortable. I couldn't ask for more." Next up is Tom, a professional landscaper. He swears by his rubber gloves, stating, "I deal with a lot of wet soil, and these gloves just don't quit. They're waterproof, flexible, and they give me the grip I need. They're a lifesaver." Let's hear from Lisa, who has a beautiful rose garden. She raves about her cloth gloves. "The thorns on my roses used to be a real problem, but not anymore. These cloth gloves are surprisingly tough. Plus they're easy to clean, which is a bonus." And then there's Gary, a gardener who doesn't let harsh winters stop him. He shares, "My gloves have a thermal lining that keeps my hands warm when I'm out in the cold. They're snug, comfortable, and they let me keep gardening all year round." Lastly, we have Susan, a gardening enthusiast with a flair for style. She gushes, "My gardening gloves are not just practical, they're also stylish. I love the fun patterns and colors. They add a bit of joy to my gardening routine." Just as there are many types of gardens, there are many types of gardeners. And for every gardener, there's a perfect pair of gloves. Whether you're dealing with thorny plants or wet soil, whether you garden in the heat of summer or the chill of winter, there's a glove designed to meet your needs. You've heard from Emily, Tom, Lisa, Gary, and Susan. They've found their perfect gloves. Now it's your turn. Clearly the right pair of gloves can make a world of difference. But what if you could make your gardening gloves even better? Now that's a thought to ponder on, isn't it? Picture this: gloves that not only protect your hands but also reflect your personality and style. Intriguing, right? Let's dive right into the fun world of DIY customization. Our first stop is the realm of aesthetics. We all love a dash of color and pattern, don't we? Well, your gloves can be the canvas for your artistic expression. You can sew on patches of vibrant fabric or even embroider your initials, a catchy phrase, or a cute little gardening symbol. This is where your imagination takes the driver's seat. The goal here is to create gloves that are not just practical, but also pleasing to the eye. Moving on, let's talk functionality. Ever felt like you needed a little extra grip when dealing with stubborn weeds or slippery tools? Here's a simple solution. Add some grip enhancements to your gloves. You could use a hot glue gun to create a pattern on the fingers and palms of your gloves. Once it dries, you've got yourself a pair of gloves that stick to your tools like a charm. And let's not forget about those cold, early mornings in the garden. Nothing takes the joy out of gardening like freezing fingers, right? Well, why not add some thermal lining to your gloves? A layer of fleece or thermal fabric can do wonders. It's like a cozy sweater, but for your hands. But remember, the key to successful customization is to start with a good quality pair of gloves that fits you well. The last thing you want is to spend time and effort customizing a pair of gloves that's uncomfortable or falls apart after a few uses. So there you have it, folks. A little creativity and some DIY magic can transform your ordinary gardening gloves into something extraordinary. Your gloves can now be an extension of your personality, a showcase of your style, and a testament to your ingenuity. With a bit of creativity, your gloves can be as unique as your garden. So what are you waiting for? Get those creative juices flowing and start customizing. Now that you know the secret to perfect hands even after gardening, it's time to pass it on. Imagine the impact if all your friends also had the chance to protect their hands in style, just like you will. Think about it. Your fellow gardeners, your community, could all benefit from knowing the ins and outs of gardening gloves. It's quite simple, really. Just hit that share button and spread the joy of safe, stylish, and effective gardening. And if you've had an experience with gardening gloves, good or bad, don't keep it to yourself. We'd love to hear your stories, your reviews, your tips and tricks. Drop a comment below and join the conversation. But don't stop there. If you want to keep receiving valuable gardening insights, just hit that subscribe button. We've got loads more tips, tricks, and gardening secrets to share. So what are you waiting for? Get your gloves on and start gardening. And don't forget to share your glove stories with us. Happy gardening!